Last 4 years, I did the same thing. Post office, bakery, home. Simple. Safe. At 63, that was enough. On November 10th, Mrs. Chen handed me 2 packages. "Your granddaughter sent one from Florida," she said, then produced a small white box. "And this, your husband dropped off a month ago. He was very specific, give it to you today only." My knees buckled. George has been dead 4 years. Mrs. Chen's smile vanished when I whispered, "George died in 2021. She turned pale. "Betty, I swear, the man who stood right here was George. He made me write the date 3 times. I signed for both parcels with shaking hands and drove home on autopilot. The white package was light, wrapped in plain paper, George's neat handwriting on the label. I locked my door, something I never did in daylight, and opened it. A small silver key and a folded note. "Betty, if you're reading this, I'm truly gone this time. I'm sorry for every tear I caused. Ask the children why they lied about my death. The full truth is in Safe Deposit Box 327, First National Bank. Trust no one until you understand. You are braver than you know. Forever yours, George." I read it until the words blurred. I remembered finding him cold in our bed, the ambulance, the funeral, Michael and Anna sobbing beside me. What lie? I drove straight to the bank. A polite woman led me to the vault. Inside box 327 lay a thick yellow folder marked "For Betty." The first page broke my heart. I'm writing this 1 month before my planned death. George explained everything. 6 months before his heart attack, he discovered his son Michael's business partner, Richard Stone, real name Richard Cross, was laundering millions through the company. When George confronted Michael, our son was devastated. He'd trusted Richard completely. Then the threats began. Brakes cut, office ransacked. George realized the only way to protect us was to disappear. Anna, who worked with discreet people in Boston, helped stage a believable death. Michael believed it was real. I was never supposed to know. George hid for a year, gathering evidence while his heart condition worsened. The heart attack that finally took him 6 months ago was real, or so we thought. I kept reading, tears streaming. Someone had swapped his medication. Murder made to look natural. The folder contained bank records, photos, cassette tapes, proof of $30 million stolen, and hints that a high-ranking police officer was protecting Richard. I was still in the private booth when footsteps echoed on the stairs. Through the small window, I saw a man in a dark suit scanning the room. I didn't know him, but I knew danger when I saw it. I grabbed the folder, pushed the emergency exit, and ran as the alarm screamed. Old legs or not, I ran like I was 20 again. I reached my car, threw the folder inside, and sped away. In the mirror, the man was already on his phone. My own phone rang. Michael. I let it ring. George had warned me. Trust no one. Not even the children. Not yet. I drove to the old library on Elm Street, found a quiet corner, and listened to the tapes with trembling hands. George's voice, weak toward the end. "Richard has a partner inside the police. I'm close to naming them. I love you, Betty. Forgive me." The last tape was dated 6 months ago. He knew he was dying for real. A shadow fell across the table. I looked up into the face of a woman in police uniform. "Mrs. Morrison, Officer Davis, we need to leave now." I reached for the folder. "How do I know I can trust you?" She showed me a photo. George, alive, Finn sitting beside her 8 months "He trusted me," she said softly, "and he always said, You were the smartest person he knew." She told me the man in the suit worked for Richard. She'd been tailing me to protect me. Together we pieced together the final clue. In one photo, Richard stood laughing with Chief Sarah Anderson, introduced to me years earlier as his sister. Davis had a recording George made before he died, Anderson and Richard calmly planning to speed up his heart condition. We had everything except safety. Davis's plan was simple and terrifying. Go home, act normal, tell Michael and Anna you found old papers but threw them away. Let word reach Anderson that the threat is gone. Tomorrow night is the monthly town meeting. Bring the folder. Expose them publicly. Too many witnesses for them to silence you. I spent a sleepless night. At dawn, I put on my best blue dress, the one George loved, and walked into the community center like any concerned grandmother. Chief Anderson presided, confident. Richard sat smiling in the third row. Michael and Anna flanked me, worried, whispering, "Mom, what are you doing here?" During public comments, I stood. My husband George did not die of natural causes. He was murdered because he discovered Richard Cross, I pointed, was stealing millions protected by someone in this very room. The hall erupted. I held up the folder and played the recording. Anderson's cold voice filled the air. "Make it look natural. He's already dying. Just speed it up." Anderson bolted for the door. Honest Officer Davis had pre-positioned blocked her. Richard tried to run. Michael tackled him, roaring with 4 years of guilt and grief. Handcuffs snapped. Cameras flashed. The truth poured out like floodwater. Later, hugging my children in the chaos, Anna sobbed, "We only wanted to keep you safe." Michael whispered, "Dad said you were the strongest of us all." In the weeks that followed, $30 million was returned to victims. George's death certificate was changed to homicide. A scholarship was created in his name.